Good afternoon. My name is Todd Sievert. I am on the Community Partnership Committee in lieu of Chairman Ms. Marshall, who is not was here today but cannot participate in this hearing due to a conflict. To my left is Mr. Twiss, and we are here to discuss the MOU that Council approved in the winter, and it is now time to proceed with the acceptance or transfer of the properties, I believe. Is Mr. Titterton going to speak on that? I will turn the floor over to him.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Acting Chair, excuse me. So back in January, the Council approved the Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU. That was a trilateral agreement between the City Council, the Troy City Schools, and the Troy Board of Park Commissioners. This goes back a couple of years when they had first approached us at the Park Board level. I don't believe it went as far as the Council at that time. There may have been some discussions, however. And what it resulted in was an MOU that provided for the transfer of properties between the city and the schools. The Memorandum of Understanding laid out all of the conditions, including which properties that would be involved, namely the Cookson and Hook School properties, with associated Campbell Park and Hook Park at those locations. The city would transfer those properties over to the schools. The schools, in turn, at the time their building project is complete, would transfer the properties, the land on which Haywood, Van Cleves, and Kyle schools currently sit. The ultimate deadline for that transfer is in 2027, which is projected when they would build their facilities and then move the students and faculty into those new facilities and convey those to us. I recently had a conversation with Jeff Price, the treasurer of the schools, and Chris Piper, who indicated that the Ohio Schools Facilities Commission, who is directing this project or coordinating this project along with the school system, because there is a significant portion of state funding included, they have indicated that the two properties, Hook and Cookson, need to be transferred into their name so that they can continue forward with their project. And they have been addressing or analyzing the designs. I believe last week they issued some renderings on the proposed look of the new facilities. But they do require the transfer of those two properties in October so that they can continue to move forward with their timeline. This MOU and the conversion of the MOU into a formal agreement was recommended by the Park Board. The law director has opined and concurs that this is perfectly legal. It is allowed under the ORC, Ohio Revised Code, and so we are recommending that the Council approve a formal agreement. Because of the October deadline and some work that still needs to be done leading up to that date, including scheduling a closing and a transfer, we are asking for emergency legislation.
Okay. Any questions, Mr. Twiss?
I don't have any questions.
this is more of a legal question, I guess. So what are we actually authorizing today? Are we or what are you asking us to authorize?
You're authorizing, me to, and the, Board of Park Commissioners, who've authorized their president, to sign, the documents to make the transfers of the property and sign the contract, which will reflect all of the conditions in the MOU.
Okay. So we're just gonna, so council's already, I guess, I don't understand, if we've already adopted the MOU, we still have to then approve
If
the
you look
contract?
at the wording of the MOU.
I read it. That it's not intended to constitute a legally binding contract. Is that what you were going to allude to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I read that section. But I guess I'm just. So we need because we're statutory, we need to authorize you to enter into the MOU, which was done in January, and now we need to authorize you to actually do the contract, which incorporates the MOU.
Yes.
And in between then and now, things could have changed, but nothing has changed. It's still the intention of all parties to abide by all aspects of the MOU.
That's correct.
Okay. I don't have anything further. Mr. Phillips?
Well, it's along the same lines of your question, but having answered that, it's my observation that this is just the skeleton of the basic full-fledged document that is still being worked on. And with the name change that you're indicating has to be done for legal real estate purposes, that's...
The name change?
Well, excuse me, the property change, the title changes.
Transfers.
Right.
Yeah, the MOU was an expression of intent and laid out all the conditions and said, council, park board, and schools, these are the conditions. Is everybody in agreement? Yes, we are. As you mentioned, Mr. Sievert, the MOU is pretty clear that there would be a next step. Grant, Mr. Kerber has said this is that next step, and council needs to authorize it.
Okay.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other member of council? Anybody in the audience have any questions or concerns? Seeing none, how do you wish to proceed,
Move
Mr.
forward
Twist?
with emergency.
I will concur, move forward with emergency.
Okay.
Thank you.
That concludes the, what's this committee called? Community Partnerships Committee
Yes.
meeting for today.